What's up, everybody? I'm Barack. I'm here at Show Up Fitness. We're at our West Hollywood location. This is a part of our CSCS exam prep series and advanced programming. So we're going to do some actual CSCS athletic-based workouts every Friday around 11 Pacific time. If you're in the LA area, feel free to pull up. What we're going to be doing is kind of applying the book stuff to the applied stuff, and also showing how some of the standardization of these things. Obviously, you need to know them to pass the CSCS exam and knowing the basics, but also you need to understand practically how to work some of those things within, and also know how things may vary when it comes to various athletes. In person, practical is always going to be a little more fluid than the strict kind of standardized things in the textbook. So we're going to start the series today. We're going to go with the off-season basketball workout. So again, you have your phases. You have off-season, preseason, you're in your season, and then kind of like post-season, or we call that active recovery. So again, you want to make sure you're very clear on which phase you're in with an athlete. For example, if I'm going to train a basketball player a month before the season, I'm going to treat that a lot differently, or at least somewhat differently than I am 4 months before the season. So off-season, we're going to be considering this as about, again, postseason, they already had their recovery. We're going to say this can be anywhere from about 2 to 5 months before the season starts. So again, they've had their off season. They've had their kind of postseason to recover, get back right, reset their mind. Now you're looking again. Let's say basketball starts typically around October, November months. This is something you might be looking at going into the summer in like May or June. This is where in the off season we can really work on things that you can't really work on in season. Let's say, for example, want to put on some muscle. You see this a lot with rookies coming in. You need to put on muscle. The NBA is a tough league. You need to be able to handle the physicality and the durability of 82 plus games if you make it to the playoffs. So again, you need to put on muscle. You think they're going to be able to do that in season when not only are you playing games every day, which means you're burning excessive calories, but also when you're focused, when you're not on the court, it needs to be more on durability and film and all these things. Whereas off season, you don't have much going on. So we can really focus on putting on weight. Endurance, let's say an athlete just late in the season always tends to just not have that extra step. We can add in more long-term endurance-based things that we wouldn't really do within a season. Like we're probably not going on a few mile jogs in season. Again, that's not going to be optimal at least. So those are some of the things. But most importantly, and again, this is something that the CSCS exam might not tell you, or the book rather, that you can also still focus on in-season based things power and Olympic-based exercise. You don't have to do those only in preseason or in season. You can factor them in. So I like to program more of a hybrid-based, work on a little bit of everything when we're talking off-season. So again, prioritize things like volume, building muscle, endurance if they need, but also throwing the things in that are going to be a little more relevant to the skill, like super anaerobic plyo-based thing. So we're going to start off again. This is more like a day one, week one. Again, this is somebody that's already at a more advanced status. Let's just say a college, elite high school or college basketball player going into the off season. So we're going to start off again. I still mentioned implementing some power. We'll go kettlebell split jerk. So again, this is a good way to even if I have somebody that's not as polished, I can do this before I get into a barbell split jerk or some kind of clean. Maybe they're not advanced enough yet. I know if they're able to just kind of get the basics of a push press, they're going to be able to do a split jerk, land in a lunge position. We'll start there 3x5, paired up with pull-ups in a strength-based range. Then we're going to get into our volume. As I mentioned, this is the time we can really load up the volume. We're going to some deadlifts 3x12. We'll go bench as a 12-10 and not a 15, more of a volume-based burnout. Some coffin sit-ups for our accessory work. Then we'll finish with what we call a density set here. So again, this is going to be going for time instead of reps. Just really getting the reps going. Reverse lunges, 3 by a minute. Face pulls, 3 by 30 seconds. Side plank with a clam. Then we're going to finish out with some jump rope for our endurance. So again, you see how we go through, we went through endurance, hypertrophy or volume, as well as strength and power in this workout. Again, it's something you can do a little bit more of, especially in the off season when they're not expected to, play games. Obviously they're going to hoop, but it's not at the forefront of what they need to be working on right